All right, all right, all right. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to EGFC Season 3 Smash Bros. I am South Beach, joined here by my guy, Fang, and we got Quinnipiac and Manhattan for the final game of the night. And I tell you what, Fang, I'm excited to see both these guys play it out.
Oh, for real. What a night it's been, too. We've had so many, honestly, close sets. Not too many huge blowouts today thus far. And I know these two rosters are incredibly stacked, so I cannot wait to see the talent that is brought to the table by these two schools.
Exactly. I know definitely for sure Manhattan has a bunch of freshmen on their roster, and we can't wait to see what they have in store in terms of talent and all that. And then there's also Quinnipiac, and I believe they might have some more freshmen as well. I'm not quite sure. If I pull up the notes, it will say they'll have. Well, it doesn't say, but either way, it's still good to see Quinnipiac again. So, yeah.
Their roster's looking crazy, though. You've got some players I recognize, like Billy Shilly, who is a very talented Smash player in their own right, who's done a lot of work at the tournaments that they have gone to. And I know they've done really well. They also want to fight Devin, which is kind of crazy. Our technical director. And
Oh boy,
Devin been dodging them for a long time.
man, Devin.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah, Devin hiding behind the technical side of things. You know, I'll stick up for him though, because he's a great producer for me. So I'll stick up for him. But either way, with these guys, you mentioned Billy Shilly. He's a good Pokemon trainer player. We also got who else is good? Mr. Purple. He rocks the Ness.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely Quinnipiac is definitely loaded with a lot of talent, as you said. So it's going to be a great matchup, Quinnipiac and Manhattan, and we'll get there shortly. It looks like, I believe they might be striking.
Yeah. Seems to be what's going on right now between both schools. But we're gonna see what's And then, honestly, Manhattan having some still mainstay players that I'm familiar with. You've got Crimson, Rizo Luca, who plays Joker, very good. Sam, the Falcon player, and Sans, my man, playing Aegis now instead of Sonic. Very interesting. So,
Wow. And we're just going to jump right into it. It looks like Mr. Purple, or, hold on a sec. It looks like
ooh.
as soon as as my feed calls out, yep, Rizo Luca coming in first with Pit, and then we got Mr. Purple rocking the Nest with the purple hat. Interesting matchup, I do say so, but right now, Rizo Luca has a slight edge with Pit in terms of damage.
Yeah, so this matchup, I think Ness wins pretty confidently. There are a little things that can make it a little bit frustrating for him. Hit's combo game is incredibly consistent on Ness. Also, arrows do a lot to gum up the works in terms of recovery on Ness's part, but honestly, Ness has more than enough tools in his kit to really dispatch. Given that PK Thunder right there, Yo-Yo is an absolute menace on Pit's recovery because there is no active hitbox as Pit's recovery comes up, so it's gonna, I'd say Pit does really well on stage and neutral, but off stage, man, Ness can truly wreak havoc on him.
Exactly, and you know, we don't see a lot of Pits. I mean, we usually, if we see any, it's usually Dark Pit and not Pit because of the side B definitely a little bit better. I will say we saw it a little bit earlier. Rizo Luca busted out the reflective shield, the down special. There it was again to break up the PK fire, so that's going to be a factor to counter up Ness. But you're not countering that Yo-Yo. That Yo-Yo is going to get you every time. Mr. Purple for Quinnipiac with the lead.
Yeah, Mr. Purple looking really good so far, just finding his way in. Unfortunately, going to try and air dodge directly on top of Rizo Luca. Going to be catching that fat anti-air up smash right there. But I do like the buttons I'm seeing from Mr. Purple so far. You know, Ness can do several aerials throughout one hop in the air, so it's important to just use all your resources as you can. That being said, though, Rizo Luca using this excellent initial dash from Pit that makes him such a menace in neutral to really just get a little bit of damage started as well. We're just seeing some good old neut right now.
Definitely a little bit back and forth, you know, not as one-sided as we probably would have initially thought, but looks like Mr. Purple's starting to gain some traction back again. Definitely was in control mostly, and there's that lethal grab and throw that Ness always packs. Oh,
Okay, I'm
man.
loving the edge guarding right here. Again, Rise of Luca opting to roll past the yo-yo. All you have to do, honestly, when Ness is holding yo-yo over the ledge is just get up attack. It's invincible. It can power right through it. If Ness tries to space it a specific way that your get up attack can't hit it, then you just probably have to disengage from it. But in that situation, there's no reason to really do anything but get up attack there.
And that's definitely some advice that
Ooh, there he goes.
Yep, it looks like Rise of Luca was listening to you right there, taking some of your advice.
I'm in his ear.
Yep, we are not coaches. We are just casters. You do anything we do, we're just gonna mess with you. So, and now Ness is gonna spike you. No, he's not gonna happen there. Well, he will take this next stock, and it's now 2 stocks to 1 as Mr. Purple sitting confidently with 66, looking to try to close this thing out pretty quick.
Yeah, and honestly, the more damage Mr. Purple's doing will aid him in his trades. You know, Pitt has a lot of very good hitboxes to establish himself in a lot of scramble situations against Ness. I'm liking his projectile pressure right here, but again, Ness on hit is just so much more lethal than Pitt a lot of the time. He just inks out so much damage on you. Already 52. Rise of Luca's finding himself off stage. Gonna PK fire directly into the orbiter right there.
Oh my goodness. He had a great magnet move, but then Rise of Luca was ready with the forward tilt, or the forward smash, excuse me. And now it's kind of even. Although, I'm not liking the damage percentage right there that Rise of Luca has over Ness. Ness is sitting pretty good at 0, now 13.
Yeah, it's looking a little scary right now for Rise of Luca, but nowhere near insurmountable for him in this metric, I'd say. Oh, that PK fire is going to be dangerous, though. The yo-yo going over ledge. Going to try it again, and yes, he's going to link the main hits into it. And that is such a powerful tool on Pitt. You know, when you're forced to just shoot below the ledge and just go right to it, yo-yo just eats up recoveries like that with no problem. You know, recoveries with hitboxes on them make things a little bit harder for him to hit there, but recoveries like Pitt's just get gobbled up.
Yeah, Pitt definitely does not have the best recovery in terms of trying to avoid that yo-yo. And like you said, all you have to do is just go ahead and once you grab the ledge, just attack you. You got that.
Yeah.
You got a few seconds of invincibility frame that you can survive for just a brief second. But if you don't take advantage of that, and you're just going to get caught up in the yo-yo. But that's also another key. You got to grab that ledge first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a one-stock game, though, for Quinnipiac right there, getting 1 point on the board for them. But we've seen it all, you know, especially tonight where, you know, one game win can lead into a second one, which will net big points for either team. It's all about these set wins we've been seeing, because sometimes you get, by the end of the night, teams are just forced into these checkmate situations where they either have to make a massive comeback and conserving stocks, or they're just losing out in terms of sets. So it's really important to not let things slip too far out of your grasp early on.
It looks like we might be seeing some character changes in terms of probably Rise of Luca might be switching it up. He's really, really talented. And I'm actually not familiar. I think you mentioned Joker is one of his main persons, but I think he's also a Ness, so we might see, we're going to see Pyra and Mithra.
Oh yeah, so this is a relatively new character for Rise of Luca, but a damn good one at that, honestly. This character has everything they need to really deal with Ness. It's all just about managing your options correctly, because Ness can really catch a lot of people off guard if they're just whiffing too much on him.
Right. And in stream too, me and Subtrilins were talking about Pyra and Mithra. Mithra is probably a little bit debatable, but probably has the best neutral game in Smash. And then once you can switch to Pyra, and then you can deal some really, really heavy hits with Pyra once you get enough neutral damage with Mithra. So definitely a good character for Rise of Luca. And I believe he used Pyra and Mithra a little bit towards the tail end of last season, but don't quote me on that. I'm not 100%.
Either way, though, Pyra is out in full force right now, and this character has all the range she needs to really deal with Ness in these scrambling situations. And we're seeing kind of that right now, just trying to delicately operate around Mr. Purple's danger zone, as I'd like to call it. Just any hitbox that Ness can threaten is within there. And Mithra, I think, is the perfect swap right here. However, you just gotta watch out on this recovery, because Pyra and Mithra have no hitbox on the recovery as well, at least rising up. So Yo-Yo can really gum up the works. We're gonna be seeing a fat F smash out of Mr. Purple to take that first stock.
Yeah, took a baseball bat into the face, and
That's
then
true.
just that had to hurt. So
Yeah.
now we're going. Now we're at a two-stock different, or a one-stock different. Excuse me. Ryzaluka with only 2 stocks, but looking to change that rather quickly and quickly as possible with Pyra already getting Ness out in stage, and there we go. Now we're even in terms of stocks. What a move from Ryzaluka.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, Ryzaluka kind of needed that. You don't want the lead to get too far out of your favor, especially against a character like Ness who can really capitalize on everything. Photon Edge going to come out, though. Going to go for a big punish there with PK Fire. I feel like a quicker option like Dash Attack would have been much better suited right there for Mr. Purple.
I believe you're right. Right now, Mr. Purple trying to gain that lead again. 39 to 103 in terms of percent damage, and that's looking to be over pretty soon as Mr. Purple's trying to find an answer to get rid of another stock rather quickly. Although Ryzaluka is not going to make that so easy.
We do have Pyra back out, who has kill power in spades. This character is a shotgun blast when it comes to punish game, making her one of the most terrifying characters to deal with on last stock situations right here. And also just high pressure situations. Still trying to go for these big hits right here in these F smashes. Mr. Purple just trying to respect the range that Ryzaluka has at his disposal. Ooh, God.
That Prominence Revolt, that is one of the deadliest attacks in Smash, if I do say so myself. Also one of my favorites. Well, so now let's see how Mr. Purple answers right here. Trying to bust out a yo-yo. Gonna do a simple up air to just even the score right here.
Yeah, Mithra being pretty light, you know, she is susceptible to dying pretty much post 100, especially to characters like Ness with such powerful win conditions. You know, there's a lot of kill tools that Ness has in his kit, such as back air, nair, up air, back throw. He has so many ways of just ending your stock, and all he needs is just one opening to find those.
Definitely one of those tiny but mighty characters.
Oh, yeah.
Arsenal, so vast, and honestly has a pretty big hit power too. And I also got to say his grab is one of the coolest grabs, but it's also my least favorite grab to go up against just because of, he shouldn't be able to throw you that far, but he does.
It's all that psychokinetic power he's got built up. And we're seeing right now, Ryzaluka kind of on last legs right here. One good back air could potentially end this game. I don't think back throw will be killing just yet unless Ryzo tries to get a little too close to the edge of the stage, but we're seeing the respect right now. Ryzaluka just trying not to get grabbed in this scramble situation. Gonna let the F smash rip. Not gonna kill just yet. Wow.
My goodness, it was just a matter of stage placement is why Mr. Purple is still living.
Oh!
Here.
Oh my, and that killed?
My
oh my
goodness.
God.
I was about to freak out if that, I was about to freak out if that did not kill, but it did. And now we are tied. Ryzaluka, Mr. Purple are giving us a great showdown right here. Always coming down to the last stock.
Oh yeah. And sometimes you need a little oomph to end that. Like I said, Pyra, very scary in these high pressure situations. We saw Ryzaluka get a kill screen at 70 from an up smash that caught him on a short hop. And even after that, just kept catching Prominence Revolts. A little bit of Misty Eye at the end too. But honestly, I could tell he was getting scared. He had no double jump in that situation, struggling to get off the ledge against a sword character with a huge disjoint that can cover you at roll distance. It is very, very terrifying. You have to take the game very slowly against her and start giving her the respect that she deserves as a very powerful DLC character in this meta right now.
Exactly, and we can already see the character change was a really good decision for Ryzaluka. You know, Pit, not really traditionally a player you would see in a lot of tournaments and all that. Still pretty solid, especially when under the hands of Ryzaluka. But if you're going up against Ness, you gotta spice it up a little bit. And it looks like Pyra and Mithra were a pretty good match against the Ness of Mr. Purple.
And now we're sitting at 1-1, so either way this swings, this is still going to be a solid 2 points off a set win, plus whatever stocks are left. So, not too bad. If you're at least getting games, it's a lot better than not getting any, and especially if you're keeping it close at one stock. That being said, these are going to be big points up on the line for either university to really get this series kicking in motion right here. So, very curious to see. I have to believe that Ryzaluka is going to be sticking with Pyra Mithra here, because why would you... why would you trade off something that's been working for you?
Right, like it totally worked out in his favor, obviously getting the win here.
Oh yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Purple, his only main is Ness, and yep, we're just running it back to the exact same characters. So I'm excited to see what stage they picked out in terms of this final match. Of course, the PS2.
Oh yeah.
One of the it is. I mean, no shade. It's the best. It's the best stage in my opinion.
The classic starter, and sometimes finisher for a lot of sets. That being said, Mr. Purple coming out the gate super hot right now. You know, after that last game, doesn't want to be dropping anymore. And we're just seeing Rise of Luca on this Pyra operating early, and you know, it was the character that clutched out that last game for him. So why switch?
Get a lot of heavy hits early on, and then maybe switch over to Mithra to ease up, get some air, and then go back to Pyra to close out that stock. My goodness, that was kind of lucky.
Yeah, Mr. Purple trying to go for these bats a lot of the times, but sometimes PK Fire can trap characters in the air if they're deciding to jump, or it hits them high enough depending on the DI. So more consistent options at your disposal would either be like Nair or back air, you know, just to get those hits. Because bat, while being one of the most powerful options out of PK Fire, not always consistent. You really have to react to where the opponent is being placed. But Mr. Purple having no issues so far.
Oh,
That's
the
stock.
thunder. Yep. The thunder spike, as I like to call it. It's probably got a different name, but I call it a thunder spike.
No, that's good. It's not PK Thunder Stage Spike. You got it nice and neatened up.
Yep. I'm gonna trademark that. Just maybe I can get some extra stuff, but right now we're seeing more PK Fires, and this could be a stock.
Oh,
yes,
my.
indeed it is. Pyra just coming out on fire, literally.
Yeah, Mr. Purple seemingly struggling with these prominence revolts in the corner right now. We do have a little bit of a foresight here. A Pyra up throw, a Mithra up throw. I don't think I've ever seen that move before. Usually we see down throw or something else, being a little bit more of a stable combo facilitator there for Mithra. It's going to allow Mr. Purple to reset the situation a little bit here.
Exactly. Right now we're sitting at 29-38 in terms of percent damages. Even stocks right now, kind of trading back to forth, but right now Mr. Purple is trying to get some control. Good side air, and there's that bat out of PK Fire. Rise of Luca able to survive, able to beat the yo-yo as well. Now we're gonna get Pyra into this action here. That's also one of my favorite moves in Smash, Flaming Edge. It's just a flame sword.
It's just a wheel.
All right. Just simplicity is honestly can be really, really great.
Another prominence revolt, taking another stock off of Mr. Purple. You know, Mr. Purple doing such a good job contesting this damage, but man, Pyra's crazy.
And now we're dead even.
And this is huge. You know, this set right here really sets the tone for how this entire crew battle is going to be going. Already 44 off those PK Fires. Right, Mr. Purple in the driver's seat right now. Not going to get the bat that he wanted there, but looking great. Stage spike, no jump left. And Mr. Purple with the fattest punish I've ever seen off of one interaction right there.
That was a way to close out a series. No way to be super dramatic. Just spam your PK Fires as best as you can.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all he had to do. And it was all Ness at the end of there. So Quinnipiac is going to take this first victory here. It's 4-1, so there's no need for Manhattan to panic. They are still very much in this game, and they kept it close. Like the character switch Rise of Luca did, that will help. So he knows characters well, and I can't wait to see this next matchup.
Oh, yeah. So it looks like Quinnipiac is putting Grit in, and if I recall correctly, I believe Grit plays.
It looks like on my
Bowser
notes,
Jr.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. Bowser Jr.
Oh, yeah.
He is my main in Mario Kart Wii.
Hey, that's a good main.
Yeah, and it looks like Crimson's coming in for Manhattan College.
All right.
Crimson, he rocks the Kirby. Yep. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. Kirby's definitely more lighter than Bowser Jr., but in terms of like speed, I think they're kind of even, if I'm not mistaken.
Kirby's ground speed a little lackluster. I think initial speed for Bowser Jr. he's about the same, but he does have that cart that can allow him to zoom around quite well. Kirby, we're going to be probably seeing stay a little bit more grounded, you know, try to get those poke tools out in order to get those big grabs or punishes out on Bowser Jr. I'm really curious to see how Grit plays. We've seen a little bit from Crimson already in the past seasons of EGF, and he's done quite well, so we're going to see how he does going toe-to-toe against Grit.
Crimson and Grit going at it in a second here as they're just deciding which stages they're going up against in. And in terms of like stages they want, it looks like we have a ban on Battlefield from Crimson, so I don't think we'll be seeing Battlefield, if I'm not mistaken, according to the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So
I always question when people just don't go PS2. Like, if they end up there usually anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
but I guess they want to be formal ban, just make sure, you know, because it is crucial that in this format that you get the stage that you want that benefits your character the most, because every stock matters, every game matters.
Mm-hmm. One of these days we'll see Pirate Ship be the the first stage.
That'd be dope. I'd be here for that.
Heck yeah. And it looks like Quinnipiac has banned Town and Final Destination. So it looks like we're going to PS2.
All right, the classic tried and true stage that
Not
we
to
all
be
begin with.
Yep, and not to be confused with the console. Can't tell you how many times as a beginner Smash PS2, I was like, really? PlayStation 2 in a Nintendo game? Although they're doing that with Sora, they're bringing in some PS2 game characters. Gonna be exciting.
We are getting a little bit of a button check here from both players, so I believe we're going to go to a short break in the meantime, and we'll be right back at it once they start going at it.
Stick around. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry that took so long of a wait for you guys now. But we're back in, and our button check for both Quinnipiac and Manhattan is a go. So we will be going to PS2 in just a sec, and I believe it's going to be with Bowser Jr. and Kirby. So in terms of this matchup, I don't know. It can pretty much go either way, in my opinion.
Bowser Jr. and Kirby, not two very highly regarded characters in terms of tier list placement, but both lethal when in the right hands, as we've seen many times. Definitely, I think we've seen more commonly Bowser Jr. than Kirby, but you never know. Crimson is the team captain for Manhattan right now, so you know he's going to be putting the team on his back. And that is not Mr. Purple. I believe they're just playing on his Switch. They're all just... I like the idea that both of these teams are just gathered in one room together, just all playing on the same Switch with each other as they're cheering each other on.
Exactly, and I think that's the way to go, honestly. You don't have to... And of course, the pandemic has definitely kind of limited people's ability to only play online for last year. So now it's good to see these schools kind of like all be huddled up in one place finally, all safe, of course.
Oh yeah.
In terms of disease and all that, so they'll be all good. But right now, the Crimson Kirby, who is orange,
Has that orange and yellow.
Exactly. Has the advantage right now, but Bowser Jr. and Grit looking to capitalize and try to even things up.
Yeah, Grit's trying to find their way in, not managing to find any too big substantial punishes. You know, that was really funny. Crimson running right into that cannonball, which is a very slow active projectile. So you know, just when you think you're safe from it, you got to be careful because that thing will hit you. Ooh, my God.
That was close. Oh my goodness. That was twice Kirby got away from those spinning drills of death.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of juniors today try to go for F smash out of shield as like a legitimate punish option when that is what we should be using. Up smash out of shield way faster, scoops up. It's just a far better out of shield tool to use than F smash most of the time.
And then also Kirby's dash attack will do that to you. So now we have a pretty even score. Kirby sitting at 30 and Grit waiting to take some damage here. But yeah, there it is again. The shield
listening.
to the up air.
They're listening.
Exactly.
I'm in their head.
Coach him up, Fang. Coach him up.
It's good to see the adaptation, though, immediately, honestly, between these players, like opting for the correct option as opposed to one that might be a bit laggier, you know? It just shows how real-time these guys are really trying to improve. Ooh, that was a misinput, though.
Yeah, look, I believe that was a misinput. I'm not quite sure. It looks like he was trying to do the up special. Instead, he went to up B because we saw a little hammer action. So that's going to put Crimson at a little bit of a disadvantage. So now he's got to turn on the aggression right now.
But Grit looking really nicely so far. If that connected, that might have actually been a whole stock off right there.
Indeed. It's rare that we see that from a lot of Bowser Juniors, but as we can see, Grit's definitely comfortable with Bowser Jr. Not a lot of people like to play as Bowser Jr. as their first pick, but Grit making it look like candy.
For real. Like, the pressure at this ledge has just been insane right now from Grit. Gonna be dropping that punish there, but still finding themselves center stage control. You know, that's just the luxury of having as many movement options as you do with Bowser Jr. You know, you get a free additional jump every time you come out of that side B. So it really helps Junior out in terms of escaping these really bad positions quickly because that clown card do be zooming.
Exactly. And I tell you what, a lot of players or a lot of opponents of Bowser Jr., they get a little bit frustrated with that extra jump. And then, of course, that move right there, people are going to get frustrated at too. Bowser Jr. takes this first one, and that's going to be 2 points for Manhattan. Quinnipiac. What's the score? 2 points.
Oof. So the lead begins to get established right here. And Quinnipiac looking very good, you know. Nice little nifty 2-stock right there. Definitely going to help out Quinnipiac to at least excel a little bit over Manhattan College because once 2 set wins really set in for one college, all it takes is one more to really knock the other school down. It becomes a nigh impossible uphill battle at that point, as we've seen multiple times throughout the night.
Exactly. Now, if I'm Crimson, would you consider a character change with Kirby? Actually, Crimson says no. It looks like. So it looks like Quinnipiac has banned FD, Lilat, and Yoshi's Island. Crimson says Kalos. So maybe that is where we will be heading.
2, 1, go!
And up to this next matchup right here. It looks like there's a little bit of button check going on.
Now they're
good to fight. A good 2-3 seconds of button check.
Oh yeah, just get those buttons warmed up and ready to go immediately. I do like this stage counter pick for Kirby right here. You know, having more of a flat stage, it allows less escape tools for Grit to really operate off of. That being said, though, those 2 platforms on the side can become a bit of a thorn in the side if you're not spacing your recovery correctly. Because Bowser Jr. has all the room now he needs to really maneuver around Kirby, since Kirby has a very small sphere that he can really operate in to get things started.
Exactly, and he's got all those extra jumps as well, so he's got a lot of room to utilize. Kalos is kind of a pretty big, it's not a huge stage, it's not a massive stage, but it's got its spacing, but Crimson's going to take that L real quick here. Now Grit's sitting comfortably with 3 stocks, Crimson down with 2.
Oh boy, this is going to be some big damage coming out of Grit, already 54 off of that one combo right there. And yeah, Junior's got some lethal combos to start off with, and Grit is just keeping the momentum going in his direction this entire time.
I'll tell you what, if Junior had a move like Luigi's or Jigglypuff's, that combo could have ended into a 0 to death stock. That practically almost was 0 to death.
Oh yeah. is looking mighty
is
good for
just-
Grit at this point, as Crimson is already down to their last stock, and we've seen what Grit can do off of one hit on these guys. So Crimson's got to make something happen here, or else they're going to be going down 2 sets to a 3-stock 2. That is so much damage.
Goodness, Grit's just popping off, busting out those juggle combos with the hammer. Obviously, and now here comes a dash. Crimson's got to make something happen. I mean, Grit's sitting at 117. If you get your timing right, maybe use your roster hammer. Not gonna happen. Mr. Purple's gonna take the 3-stock, and now Quinnipiac has a huge lead over Manhattan.
That is a fat lead right there, and that's 2 sets up already with the 3-stock to boot. So that could be nigh insurmountable right there for Manhattan College at that point. So they've really got to dig deep and find these key anchors in their roster to just even up this set count, because it's not looking good. It's not looking good for them.
Exactly. We need to see. I know if Sam coming in, he's got Falcon and Ness coming in. I mean, Ness is definitely a good character to use in any situation. We've seen all the PK fires that they have, and I mean, if you just have a nickel for any time you see all these players use their PK fires, I mean, we wouldn't have to be broadcasting for a living. We'd already be millionaires. So it's going to be interesting to see who goes up next in terms of players and matches. But so far Quinnipiac is dominating with this 11-1 lead they have.
So they're going to be sending in Dingo. Dingo playing Lucina. So very powerful character to always have in the back pocket. Crimson is going to be sending in Sans, my man. I believe I've seen this player before. That is going to be a Aegis Sonic hero player. I believe we've seen them playing Sonic typically in the last times I've seen them play, but Aegis a very powerful character to have in anyone's roster, as we saw earlier with Raizo Luca. So yeah, this is where they need to dig deep. You know, one set is all is needed now to really seal the deal.
Definitely. I mean, Aegis, I'm not super familiar with that character a lot, but I'll tell you more about like Sonic. If he plays as Sonic, expect a lot of combos coming out, but at the same time, on the other side of that, he's a pretty light character on the lighter side. Can pretty much be taken out at a 100%, if not a little bit less, if you are at the right point of the stage. So, and then also Hero's also a pretty unpredictable character to use, if I do say so myself. Right now, looks like Crimson is banning Final Destination, so we're gonna wait for Quinnipiac to make their ban, and then we'll jump right into this matchup. So this will be a pretty interesting matchup with these two characters we're looking forward to see.
Oh yeah, and while they take care of all that, I think we'll shoot to a quick break, and we'll be right back with the action as soon as it happens.
And we are back once again with more of Smash. It is round 3 of Manhattan versus Quinnipiac. Right now, Quinnipiac sitting very comfortably with the 10-point lead they have. And it looks like the stage we're going to is Animal Crossing Town and City.
Oh, yeah.
A classic
stage. And we're seeing which players coming in. We got Dingo playing Lucina and Sans, my man, playing Hero, actually, this time
Here we
around,
go.
So should be pretty interesting. Both these characters actually fairly good within this game. It's just all about really operating around Hero's kit. You know, you kind of have to play the game at his pace at certain intervals. Those spells can make all sorts of wacky, incredible hijinks occur, so very curious to see how this will pan out for Dingo.
Yeah, and that's why I really like Hero. He's just so unpredictable, especially, like, sometimes I'm convinced a lot of Hero players, they just down B and they're like, okay, randomly just gonna pick whatever one I use, and they just go with it. They're that unpredictable. But right now, Sansman Man using all his MP, but that doesn't matter because he just got an early stock. Worth it cashing out on all of his MP. And now Dingo's got a lot of work, a lot of ground to cover.
Oh yeah, and that's the kind of the hard part about playing against Hero is that he's going to be playing as evasive as possible while throwing out as many spells towards you as possible, whether they buff Hero himself or they come as projectiles towards you. And at that point, it becomes more of a waiting game and enclosing on their space and trying to whiff punish the spells when they do come out, or maybe just trying to create larger openings for yourself. But Dingo been kind of approaching Sans, my man, a little linear. A little bit of linearity in how he's been deciding to approach him, as these double jump commitments have been really allowing Sans to really back off and reset his position in neutral. And he's just been getting so many punishes off of this neutral interaction over and over and over again.
Exactly, and you gotta be careful once you get close to Hero. Oh my goodness, he will hit like that. And now it's just, this is close to being a 3-stock unless Dingo can get some hits on Sansman Man here, which is very possible. Sansman Man near 100%. Right now, Dingo not getting hits on him.
And you've got to take it slowly against Hero. You know, you can't really rush neutral against him because he is going to be playing Runaway for most of his time. Dingo going deep for this edge guard, but scaring Sansman Man actually into air dodging right there, so that's at least one stock off the table. But the thwack coming out at 72. As you get higher in percent, the more chance that move has to insta-kill you. And insta-kill it did.
Yeah, thwack indeed at the very end. I mean, that's just one of those satisfying kills. Manhattan right now has got to feel really good getting that win. And I think Hero definitely works well for Sansman Man. Again, super unpredictable, but then also, if you can avoid the spells, like, that's key, but then if you don't get a hit on Hero, he has some really big hit power. So you gotta be careful right there. And our captain's chat is going crazy right
Whack
now.
moment.
It was definitely a thwack moment. Back in the 90s, they say, that move was whack. I don't know if, I mean, I only lived 2 years in the 90s. I'm a 98 boy myself. But if I was alive then, I would have said that was thwack.
Yeah, and it's true. That move, really, really lethal. And I think one thing Dingo just has to do is slow it down. Stop trying to jump on top of Hero the entire time. You can take the game at your pace and wait for your openings against Hero. You know, you don't always have to try and force something out. And I think that really gave Sans, my man, the leg up that he needed to take that game.
Yeah. And honestly, I think Lucina is still a pretty good matchup against Hero. I think you just got to be a little bit more patient and find those openings, and then you can deal some pretty good damage on Hero. Also take advantage of that counter. Counters are very good in terms of, you know, staying alive, staying in the game. Easy said and done.
And it looks like we're going to Battlefield for this game 2 right here. Hopefully we can see a little bit of an adjustment out of Dingo, but honestly, it's more so up to Manhattan College to really be making this ground back up. Quinnipiac had a fat lead going into this, and a good set, clean set win here would put them in a much more beneficial spot, because if they do lose this set, it's going to be pretty much curtains for them at this juncture.
We're running it back to the same characters. Wise choice for both of them. So let's see how Dingo responds into this next match, increasing the lead for Quinnipiac.
Seeing them going into it already. And again, these spells already wreaking havoc on Dingo right here. He's got to find some sort of solution in getting past them.
It's 103 to 15 in a matter of like 20 seconds. And obviously this accelerate that Sandsman Man has going on for him. It's going to be pretty hard to hit. My goodness, right now already just pounding blow for blow with his sword. It's 40 to 145. It's a 100% damage difference over now.
We are with an up throw kill percent here for Sandsman Man to kill Dingo. If he can just manage to get this one grab. He's looking for it, I think. Okay, no side B. Just enough to get the stock toasted off.
Gonna settle that real quick. It looks like Sandsman Man was looking for the heal spell to try to reduce that damage. Not gonna find it right now. And already Dingo responding very, very well.
Ooh,
although caught that tornado a little bit. Able to survive. Trying to still like not hitting properly for Dingo. Just missing all these hits. So we need a... oh my goodness! I didn't see the dodge there.
He keeps trying to force his way in. I think you're right about that, is that Dingo is not really managing to land any of these crucial hits he needs. And I feel like it's just because, he keeps trying to force his way in, you know? He's only been managing to get a few hits here or there on Sandsman Man, but every single time Sandsman Man has just been playing ever so slightly out of his range and getting a nice, substantial punish off of it.
Yeah, Sandsman Man has a great defense going for him, just using all his spells to make sure he does not get touched, and then total awareness as well. Been going well. Both are in the 100%, over 1% kill range, and it looks like Dingo gets that hit right there. That's what Dingo needed. So now can Sandsman Man even it up right here? Can't quite get there.
We're seeing the psych up out of Sandsman Man right there. Going to be almost killing Dingo. Just one more good spell or hit really needed. But finally, Dingo managing to find the opening they need, just threatening all this space right now. They do not want Sandsman Man to slip out of his grasp, but that slightly charged side B is going to take another stock right off. And man, Dingo has to watch out for these.
Back-to-back side Bs are just killing. Oh my goodness, and that big fireball could have caused some more havoc right there.
Oh boy. That snooze almost hitting if Dingo decides to drop shield just even a second sooner.
Yeah, that's the second time Dingo was able to avoid the snooze right there. I think Sandsman Man really wants to use that snooze more than any other spell in his arsenal. Right now, you can definitely tell. It's that side B once again. Not going to get the kill. And now...
Again, these top deck metal slashes, I'm not sure what Sandsman Man is going for in terms of that metal slash, because it's actually one of the weaker moves. I think it's literally only designed to counter one other move in this game, or when opponents are metal.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to counter if you're going up against Hero, like if he has the Clang spell going on.
Yeah, it's only supposed to
So it's like, oh, you're gonna be a statue? Here, let me change that up. I think that's the only move it's good for, but maybe he's just trying to get rid of some MP.
Maybe.
Which, why would you?
Alright, now looking for this last side B. Dingo needs to be very careful here, but not careful enough as they eat this back air and gives Manhattan one set up now. You know, no longer fighting for their life completely. Now they've got a little bit more breathing room to deal with. They need to close out these next two sets, though. They cannot afford to drop anything else.
Exactly, and I mean, these next crucial matches for Manhattan are going to be the defining factor of what's going to happen in this match. And of course, this next matchup is going to be insane because they're only down 5 points. So if Manhattan has a set just like this last one, they easily tie this game, and it just comes down to game 5.
And right now we're going to be seeing Cross versus Baco. So we're going to be seeing Robin versus Shulk. And this is going to be interesting. This matchup, I feel like definitely Shulk favored, but Robin, you know, we've seen a lot of crazy Robin stuff, especially in my humble region of New York. So
heck yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Definitely all the Robins I've seen, not super common, but all the Robins I've seen are some really, really good characters, or like the players are good with Robin. So if you know how to use Robin, then it's probably going to be a little bit closer of a match than you actually think. But at the same time, Shulk has a lot of good movesets and has some pretty good hit potential against Robin. So this will be an interesting match to see. And it looks like Battlefield has been banned. And it looks like Manhattan's deciding what to ban next. But with that, we might go ahead and take a brief break. But that depends.
Oh yeah, they got kicked out of the room. So I think it's going to be a little bit of time. So we will shoot over to a break right now. But don't worry, we'll be coming right back with some more awesome Smash action. So don't go anywhere.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience and sticking around. We are gonna bring out once again Marist Manhattan and Quinnipiac in game 4 here. It looks like we're going to, well, Battlefield has been banned for sure. So we'll see what the next ban. It looks like Manhattan's still waiting for their bans. Their next player is remote, so we'll see how this next match goes either way. So it'll be just a couple seconds, but one of these critical matchups, if I'm correct, once again, this is the Bako versus Cross, and I think it was, who was it? Robin and Shulk, you said?
It's Robin and Shulk. So Cross is going to be on Robin, and Bako is going to be on Shulk.
Gotcha. And it looks like the stage they're going to is going to be Pokemon Stadium 2, aka PS2. So this will be quite a good matchup or a good stage for both these characters to go up against. You got those platforms in the background, you can leap for cover. And then, so the critical matchup is the spells of Robin and then the power-ups of Shulk.
Oh yeah.
I think. So this is going to be, we'll see how that works out.
We're going to see how Cross attempts to keep Bako at bay, because Shulk's sword is very all-encompassing. He can close space very quickly, depending on which art he's using on Robin. Robin's recovery, while not being the greatest, is pretty susceptible to a lot of Shulk's edge guarding as well. So I'm very curious to see how Cross is going to play around this, how the spell usage is going to be. And yeah, we're just going to see when it happens.
It'll definitely be a fight for middle ground here in this next matchup, because definitely both characters in terms of recovery, they're not top tier at all, but it's that if you hear that, that's the sound of the match happening. And there it is, Shulk versus Robin, and let's just jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Already we're seeing, I'm predicting we're going to be seeing a lot of quick thunders from Cross this set, as it's probably one of the quickest spells that Robin has at their disposal. Get into it though already.
Yeah, already both guys in the 50s, and now Bako's gonna take it into the 80s, now 90s. Oh my goodness, Cross popping off spells back to back to back, making Harry Potter look like just a wimp at Disney World right now with all those spells happening.
Yeah, Bako doing a great job of just finding his openings right now on Cross. Just can't seem to get these edge guards finished off. I believe there's no jump left. Oh, the smash art coming out. Very potent tool. Cross probably not wanting to play around that. But actually, Bako cancels it. Bako just says, nah, I don't feel like using smash art right now. Maybe because he felt he was in some sort of danger. And yes, if you didn't know, down smash has two hitboxes. One that's the regular sword, and then one that's the shockwave afterwards. So if you were wondering what the heck just happened, that was basically it. It was the shockwave hitbox.
Yeah, I was a little bit caught off guard from that as well. I thought at first I thought, I was like, wow, did he actually like break his shield? But I don't remember hearing I don't think there was an indicator that his shield broke, and maybe it was just under behind the shield or something like that.
Yeah, it was a very odd shield poke. I don't know why they designed the move by that, but you know, I'll let Sakurai rock with it. He's a game developer, I'm not. Oh my, Bako coming back so brazenly though, and Cross looking fantastic right now in this matchup, just keeping on the aggression, just mixing up Bako right now, getting shield poked again.
Insane already. Cross is with 3 stocks. As I see, he gets a stock lost right there. But right now, Cross is pretty comfortable still with the 2 stock to 1 over Bako right now.
Oh yeah. We're seeing these arc fires just being chained into each other. I love the Nosferatu right after that too, just draining that shield art to microscopic proportions right there. And Cross's spell management has been fantastic so far. Bako just hasn't been able to get a solid hit on him.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the damage percentage and the kill right there. He stays alive still with the jump, and now he's going to switch over to speed. Cross is just waiting for him to make a move to mess up, but right now Bako's not quite having it right there. That was a close opening for Cross to finish it right there.
All right, Bako getting himself out of the situation, but Cross managing to find his way out of danger. He knows he doesn't want to go low against Bako.
My goodness. That was just a couple of missed dodges or missed hits right there that could have been very, very fatal. Bako looking pretty desperate right now, moving way quicker. Obviously, speed stays alive. I'm not quite sure how they stayed alive right there.
Oof.
Ooh.
Man,
incredible.
I agree. Absolutely incredible showing right there from Cross that game 1. Looking very, very solid. Probably, honestly, looking like the strongest member on Manhattan College's team right now. Got a couple of wizards in both him and Sans, my man. But the lead that Quinnipiac has established very early on is now slowly dwindling. And if Cross takes this is going to go down to a set 5 showdown where we're going to see both schools throw in their last representatives. And that'll be the deciding factor at this point.
Exactly, and even though that's the case, we saw Bako quickly in terms of that last stock and when he got all that damage at very late in the game, he started to show out some really good aggression in terms of like switching from speed to jump to shield to smash, all of those switches, and then able to come alive at the very last second trying to survive. It's just not, it just wasn't gonna happen at the very end.
So yeah, after that game one, Baco definitely has a lot of answers he needs to find in terms of the questions that Cross has been posing. Manhattan College trying to figure things out right now in terms of bans, and it's looking a little nutty over there right now. But you know, we're gonna see how Cross fares against Baco this game too. It looks like they're going to be running it back to PS2, and I agree. I don't think that was much of a stage problem. I think PS2 is a fine stage for Shulk. It's just, I feel like a matter of how Baco is going to get those punishes. You know, we saw how consistent Cross's punish game was that entire game one. Now with Baco at the helm, he's been whiffing a fair amount of fares or major punishes he could be getting against Cross. You know, Shulk needs to make sure he hits those overarching fares in order to keep Robin off stage, because if you allow Robin to keep playing neutral with you, there's so much damage to be taken.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime Shulk, especially with Smash and Buster, you better watch out because he can hit you pretty well. And then there's in terms of like, you know, his backslash and air slash, not the best recoveries, but they will be a factor in this next match for Baco. So expect to see more of those. Already, Baco's looking a little bit different from the last time. Definitely trying to be a little bit more character. Great shield placement right there. Oh, man.
The book clanked with the first hit of F smash, and it allowed not for the second hit to come out. So that could have been some nice stage control Baco had, but nah, Robin had other plans.
Yep. It was all because of the book.
Reading can kill, kids, remember.
You can say it's textbook Smash right there. That was textbook for Cross right there as he takes the first stock away. Already evens out the damage percentage. Baco is going to try to quickly retaliate in terms of speed. That speed has actually helped Baco a little bit in terms of, you know, not getting hit and all that. Gotta be careful, that was a little bit dangerous.
Oh my god. It's all thanks to that Buster art right there, I feel like. When Shulk has Buster on, I believe they're more susceptible to taking either damage or less knockback, so they can be a little bit comboed easier, if I recall correctly. All I know is it's not good if Shulk has that art on and he gets hit.
Yep. Definitely kind of a gamble you're taking right there, and it looks like he's trying to use his down air to get an easy spike. What in the world is going on?
Cross
Finally
is crazy.
get the stock off.
This is probably the highest caliber play I've seen all night, literally. And it's definitely showing right now in how confident Cross is in this combo game right here. Already 51 being dealt to Baco. You do not want to be getting hit by arc fire, especially not neutral. You know, having your shield up, you have to, I feel like, be a little bit more mobile, try to jump over it, or just roll past it, because if that does explode on your shield, it makes it a lot more difficult to get away from.
Exactly, you gotta be watching out. That's not good. Very fortunate Baco was able to recover from that. I'm not quite sure how he was able to recover from that, but that is very fortunate. Great dodge from Cross over there, avoiding that slash. Baco's starting to play with a little bit of urgency here, trying to get a last-minute hit. Oh!
That was a great counter. That counter literally saved Baco's life right there, too. If Cross had hit that neutral, that was a dead Shulk. For sure.
And Baco's not planning to have a dead Shulk on his line, bringing out the shield. My goodness, I would have grabbed right there and do a throw.
Wow.
Doesn't matter, takes the up air or grab up and all that. And now it's one stock apiece, but it's the damage percentage.
You shut it down, Smash. Why did you try to
goodness.
down smash there 3 times, Cross? Cross tried to down smash all 3 of those down tilts, and it gave Bako the time and switch he needed to get that kill off. I feel like all Cross had to do was just call out with a fair at least one time, but Cross tried to just end it all with the down smash right there. A little bit of trolling, but that's gonna cost Manhattan College an extra point, an extra game.
That was
Potentially a
very,
set.
very crucial. Was it
Nuts.
0 to death stock? I think that was a 0 to death stock at the very, very end.
Oh yeah, that was 3 down tilts into a
Bako.
smash art forward air. That's gonna send Robin packing. That was the edge guard
My
that Bako
goodness.
really needed that whole time.
Yeah, and Bako really plays well from behind, as we saw, even in the last game, even though he lost, and it was like a 2-stock loss for Bako. But right here, playing from behind, going 0 to death at the very, very end. I tell you what, this is going to be a very, very crucial game 3, because I think Bako now has all the momentum in his favor. But at the same time, I think Cross is a little bit angry how that went. So I don't know.
You get punished twice for doing the same option. That's definitely a little too slow to deal with a tilt in Shulk. And if you try to do it a third time, you're the fool for that one. So I don't know. I feel like that was a very obvious throw right there from Manhattan College. And it gives Quinnipiac a little bit more breathing room, because this was getting very, very close for them. You know? This is coming down to potentially being a last set deal right here for both schools. I believe this is the 4th set within the night at this point. So we only got one more to go after this, and Cross needs to make sure he's cleaning this up. After that explosive game 1-2, Bako just surviving by the skin of his teeth right there.
Yeah, Cross really kind of lost a little bit of momentum at the very, very end. So, but right now, I think Cross is a little bit PO'd how that ended. So I expect Cross to come out with a vengeance right here. But like I said earlier, Bako has got to be feeling pretty good, and now the momentum is already coming his way. So I'm excited to see how this goes.
Here we go. We're gearing up for this right here.
And it looks like the stage is small battlefield, so no more PS2 from these two.
3, 2,
So let's see how it comes down. It comes down to this game 3 right here. Cross and Bako already moving pretty quickly against each other. Bako coming out with speed, avoiding some hits right there. Already a pretty good start for Bako.
And yeah, this is the sign of life I think Bako needed throughout after that explosive game 1 from Cross. You know, Bako has the momentum. He needs to keep going. Still, that jump is going to get called out right there. And Cross almost said packing right there. That was so scary.
Great awareness from Bako. Using the jump, reading where Cross was going, and then just attacking and try to send Cross. Fortunately for Cross, able to recover, lives to fight another day. This is already a different matchup than we saw from the last two, because it was like Cross is going to take 2 stocks. Next match, Cross is taking 2 stocks, but then Bako wins. Now it's just more back and forth in this one. This is a great matchup I'm seeing
Oh
right
my
now.
god. That was almost a huge punish from Bako right there. Took the trade, though, in spades right there. Managed to actually just keep stage control instead of just trying to push for that punish a second time. And this is a close first stock right here. It could go either way, honestly. Bako being a lot more cognizant, I think, of Cross's spells this time around.
Yeah, I think Bako has adjusted very well. A little bit textbook from Cross, though. You know what I mean? And now it's back to dead even.
And man, what an explosive set between these two thus far. Yeah, Bako picking the right option every time to just roll out of these arc fires, but finding himself in somewhat of a compromising position against Cross as that Levin sword is recharging up. This is Bako's chance right now to regain this lost damage.
Yeah, Cross gained a lot of momentum right there. But here comes Bako trying to swing for the fences.
Oh, boy.
He tried to spike him there. Not gonna quite work for Cross though.
A really good patience from Bako right there as the smash art
Boy.
comes out. Cross has got to be very careful with how he decides to recover right here. I'm loving
That
these spell
was-
switch, these art switches from Bako right now. They're working out really, really well.
I think he's definitely have Cross a little bit more figured out. Even though Cross has got the back air in his back pocket, and now he's going to even this out. Don't want to count out Bako yet. He's still in the hunt.
Oh
Ooh,
my,
there's
that's
that.
huge. No jump left on Cross. No edge
My
guard though from
goodness.
Bako.
My
All he had to do was run
goodness.
on fair.
They have matches against each other that just barely work. And like that counter just barely worked for Cross.
And man, all
My
this
goodness.
damage up for Cross at this point. Not gonna die off that F smash right there. All that
Bako was
damage
looking
from
for that spike
Nosferatu.
again.
Oof. Oh wow, Cross playing with fire right there on that punish. This is so scary for both players.
This is intense. We know Cross has 2 stocks over Bako, but as we've seen, Bako adjusts very well. Oh my goodness, and you don't want to count him out just yet.
Cross is
Just
trying to
you
stay
missed it.
evasive, playing out of this range that Bako has been threatening this entire time. This is so scary though for Bako. If he takes one more bad Levin sword hit, he's gonna explode. There was the punish. Another missed punish from Bako. These are so crucial. He needs
Oh,
these
boy.
to get himself back in the game. All right,
And
one right
there's
there.
that one last stock. So now let's see, can we do another 0 to death
Maybe.
for Bako?
Bako's got to be playing
Oh,
very
that forward.
careful to make sure he doesn't get hit by any more of these arc fires. Gets hit by the up air there, and that actually will finish it off. Those things are like aerial smash attacks. Jesus Christ.
And it came down to the very last wire. And I mean, just you didn't really expect to see that from Robin right there. But nonetheless, that was a fantastic battle.
Good set.
Manhattan is down 1 point.
Wow, yeah. Cross managing to get the ground up, but Quinnipiac padding it out with that one game that Bako had at that point. Only, so this is really down to the wire. 2 players left. It's going to be Sam versus Billy Shilly. And honestly, Billy, one of the stronger players on Quinnipiac at this time. Sam, being a Falcon player from Manhattan College. I'm very curious to see how this is going to go. This is Manhattan College needs to clutch out this set. Honestly, whoever wins this set wins the entire thing. Because
Basically.
a 2-point difference off a set win will matter more than any amount of individual game points, I believe, that are accrued here. So
And Billy Shilly, if I am not mistaken, he is a Pokemon trainer
Yes.
player. So that's going to be basically 3 characters packed. So we might expect to see a little bit of Squirtle and Ivysaur be the be the characters to dish out some damage real quick, and then Charizard as the finisher. And then Falcon, we know what Falcon does.
Oh yeah.
The only thing we probably won't see is a Falcon Punch, unfortunately. But we
Nah,
never
definitely
know. We never know.
Never
But
know.
as these 2 schools figure out bans and all that, we will take a quick break if it's all right with our producer. So stick around. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the money, this is the cake. Game 5, Quinnipiac and Manhattan. We are taking no ties as an answer for this matchup right here. You either win this game or you lose, and we will call it a night after that. So right now, Sam as Falcon getting a little bit lit up by Billy Shilly with the Pokemon trainer. But right now already Sam trying to switch up flip the script.
Already Billy doing such an explosive job so far as Squirtle, just getting this punish game nailed, trying to get the 2-frame down air there. No dice quite yet though, so it gives Sam a little bit of leeway here to try and find some sort of opening for himself. I love the waiting on the landing right there, but didn't really go for anything right there.
So the stage selection, Final Destination, what a concluding stage, or what a stage to wrap it up this last set. I mean, it's only poetic, if I do say so myself.
There we go, the dare we've all been waiting for at that point. Sam gonna have to probably mix up the recovery. It seems like that dare is gonna be a very consistent tool in getting Falcon off stage and keeping him off stage.
Yeah, and I mean, he kept Falcon off stage pretty well as he was trying to recover. Billy Shields just like, nah, can't get up, and then takes the little spike on the ledge. Impressive from what we're seeing from Billy Shilly already.
Oh boy. Ooh, down there coming out right there. Yeah, Sam not managing to find this big final hit that he needs to clutch out this stock. You know, the more you let Billy live, the more you're going to be trading. And that is so unfortunate right there. Okay,
and you get that down air. And I gotta say, any Captain Falcon you see, one of the most common moves he has is his down air. I mean, we see it all the time, especially off stage. You want to try to get that spike. Down air is definitely one of their better moves.
And we're seeing the switch back to Squirtle. I think this is really good, honestly, for Billy. Squirtle being a very, very difficult character to try and hit, given how short he is, how much he pancakes during his hitboxes, and how quick he is on the ground for really catching these landings. Now, Sam is going to have to find some way to get this Squirtle off stage and keep him off stage.
Yeah, and especially going up against a character like Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon's pretty fast as well, so Squirtle can keep up pretty well in terms of speed. And then once, like you said, really good point about the height advantage that Squirtle has in being short. Tiny but mighty. Tiny but mighty is what they say.
Falcon does have kill power in spades, but so does Ivysaur there with that massive up air coming out right there. And yeah, things looking very solid for Billy Shilly right now. We're going to see if Sam can somehow tie it up. Almost doing so with that up tilt right there.
Yeah, it looked like a down air that sent Billy Shilly to the right.
Oh yeah. This game's got all kinds of wacky hitboxes. You know, sometimes your move will not send your opponent the direction you think they will.
Exactly. If only life was that simple, where boxes can be anywhere. Only in Smash, though. And now it looks like Billy Shilly's trying to be a little bit careful.
Oh,
so is
no
Sam,
jump.
But that's going to be it right there. Oh, man.
Oh, he could have just dared. Instead, opting to go for an air for a more consistent edgeguard tool right here. But Sam knocking on death's door right now. We see the Falcon kick come out, but Billy ready for it.
That's a great move from Billy. Great dodge as well. And it's going to finish. Quinnipiac is going to take that first game of this set. And now it's going to be up to Manhattan to try to answer right in this next one.
And that's going to keep Quinnipiac in the lead, honestly.
Yep.
Like I said, the set win is going to be the big determining factor here, but one game off in Manhattan College from losing this whole thing. So you're going to have to see some answers in terms of Sam. I think he started off quite well, but it just seemed like Billy had the more solid, consistent game plan going into this game.
Yep, and that's Billy for you. And honestly, this might be a little weird take from me, but I feel like all Pokemon trainers always have a really good strategy. I don't know. I think everyone has a great strategy, but if you're a Pokemon trainer, you can strategize pretty well. This is, again, that's like one of the weirdest takes I can ever make on air, and make what you want of it, but I don't know. That's just how I see it. Yes. Our very own Devin, our producer, of course, is a Pokemon trainer main, and he has to agree with me. So right now we're getting our bans in. Quinnipiac has banned Battlefield, Yoshi's, and Lilat. So it looks like Kalos is gonna be the next stage right there.
Oh yeah, about to hop into it. Again, we're seeing the Pokemon Trainer versus Captain Falcon here. And this is Manhattan College's last stand. They have to make something happen here, or else Quinnipiac is going to be taking this series cleanly. You know, so it's all about what answers Raizo can find. Maybe just conserving his resources, seeing if he can maximize his punish game. But the first hurdle he has to conquer is this Squirtle's immaculate punish game. Already 51 dealt on Sam.
Exactly, 58 to nothing in terms of percent. Finally trying to get a hit, almost trying to get a hit, but Billy able to quickly change out Pokemons before Sam can deal a little bit more damage. It's about a little over 50% damage between those guys. It's already Billy Shilly being really, really calculative in terms of what he wants to do against Sam.
And right now, Sam just can't seem to find a place to land against this Ivysaur. Ivysaur does such a great job at trapping landings a lot of the time and really forcing you into really precarious spots. That F smash is going to be let loose right there. But Sam would be dropping that first slug. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that almost would have been bad for Sam. It looked like he held down a little bit too long.
Oh my God, Billy Shilly.
Man. He's you could say he's planting a lot of hits on Sam. I don't know.
Good try. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Trying to make some plant puns. Not helping.
I think Sam needs a little more than plant puns right now to help him out as he's down 1 stock to 3 right now on Billy Shilly. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be feasible. Billy's punish game has just been so explosive.
He's just one of those calculating players. It looked like he plotted out really well. And it's those character changes that's also kind of bailing him out, but he's not going to get bailed out right there. Sam's keeping his chances alive as best he can. Look at this. Little brief sign of life, but already Squirtle's trying to flip the script right now.
Yeah, one whiffed grab can really just lead to a lot of pain, as we're seeing currently. No jump left on Sam. That's the switch to Ivy. Just goes for the nair instead of the dare right there. That could have been the whole set.
That was close. That could have been the end right there. Man, now Sam with the grab. He's starting to see a tiny glimmer of life come out of Sam. Maybe he's trying to get something happening right there.
That could be it.
He uses recovery.
All right, I love the air dodge mix-up right there, actually. A lot of players probably would have just opted for up B right there, but it keeps Sam in the game. Ooh, tries to go for that fat up smash. I don't think that would have killed, but it would have done a lot of damage. I like that wall jump.
It's gonna end right there. Quinnipiac takes the series, and Billy Shilly able to close it out for them.
But yeah, so Quinnipiac going to be taking it 18-11 in what might be one of the closest series of this entire night. But I think that is going to wrap it up for us here today. I don't think we have time for an interview at this point, as we have ran well over schedule.
Yeah, all these schools taking too long.
I'm down for an interview. I could do it.
But I guess, yeah. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll get an interview in real quick. So just stick around. You're not gonna want to miss out. We are back. Thank you guys for your patience. We are joined by Mr. Purple from Quinnipiac. Mr. Purple, congrats on that win, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a great effort across the board. We had some new players tonight. We had some old players tonight, and everyone showed up as best they could.
Awesome. And obviously, this was a very hard fought battle. What a way to start off week one. How have you guys, what am I trying to say? How have you guys started warming up in terms of, starting off the new season and getting out this first win pretty good?
Yeah, it's actually, we have a lot of rust we're actually trying to push off right now. A lot of us have been attending our offline locals. We've been getting involved in our local scenes. So getting back into the Wi-Fi groove, especially since we were all in like that COVID period for so long, it's taken us some time. So you're going to see a lot of improvement in this first half of the season, which I'm really excited to see pan out.
Who would you say today was your MVP on the team? Who do you think really shifted things into focus for you guys to really make that final push to take it home?
I mean, when you're only up 1 point going to the final match, I would love to have Billy Shilley on my team at any time. I mean,
he's good.
He looks absolutely fantastic out there. He started the season off as Pokemon trainer, which was not someone we saw pretty often last season. And he went out there and did his job the entire way. I got to tell you, a lot of people will be sweating going to that Game 5, but everyone on this team has the utmost confidence in Billy Shilley.
Hey, I like to hear it. So you guys, looking like a force to be reckoned with in this entire series so far. I just want to congratulate you guys on this W, and cheers to many more, hopefully, in the future.
Yep, cheers to that. 1-0, looking to make it 16-0, hopefully someday.
Hey.
Just one last question for you. What do you think of Sora as the new DLC character?
We have very conflicted interests from our group here. Honestly, you're probably going to see me playing Sora at some point in the near future, and you'll probably see a couple other players like Derpa Lerpa also playing Sora at some point. So we have some Sora lovers, we have some Sora haters, but all in all, no better way to end that DLC pass.
I agree.
I agree right there. That's all I had. Fang, do you have anything else?
Nothing else. I just wanted to thank you guys for coming in for this interview, and also wanted to thank all of you guys at home for watching the stream today. It was definitely a doozy. We were hitting like the 7-hour mark right now or anything, but guys, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you again, Quinnipiac. Congratulations to you guys. Enjoy the victory, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes!
All right, and with that, our time has come to an end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow EGF Twitter and Twitch and everything right there. With that, y'all have a great night.